Hi boys and girls. Today's lesson is focused on our 8th yoga principle, have alone time. Alone time is so important, especially right now in this time where we're staying at home and we're with our family a lot. It's important for us all to have our own alone time. It helps us to really recharge our batteries. So the way we practice this yoga principle is by enjoying peaceful moments alone. So an example of this is you could find a cozy corner in your bedroom and maybe bring something that helps you feel calm and peaceful. You could listen to some calming music. Some examples, you could bring a journal to write in. You could bring something that helps you with a breathing tool like a pinwheel, or maybe your favorite stuffed animal. Anything that really just helps you feel peaceful and calm. When you do this though, you want to avoid having something like technology. So we don't want to be looking at our iPad or computer or TV or phone. We want to just have peaceful alone time and give our eyes and our brains a break from those screens. So you might just sit maybe in easy pose and just focus on your breathing. That's a great way to practice peaceful alone time. Something else you might do is just find something you want to focus your attention on. Let's try it. I have something. I need to make it dark in here first. Find something you want to focus your attention on. So we're going to use my essential oil diffuser that changes colors. So you can find something maybe that lights up or changes colors or something like this, and you just want to make sure that you are trying to focus all of your attention on it. So letting go of any thoughts, letting go of any worries, trying to not think about things around you, just focus all your attention on the one thing, training our brain to be able to focus, and this helps our brain calm down. So see right now if you can notice the changing colors. Focusing, you're keeping your attention on one thing which our brain loves. It really helps us be able to build our focus skills and helps us calm down. Keep focusing, you're doing great. I'm going to set that down. And as I make it a little brighter in here, I just want you to think about how you feel after doing that. Maybe you don't feel any different, and that's okay. So those are some examples of things you can do to have your alone time. The next thing we're going to do is try a magic massage. So this is just giving ourselves some extra care because that's what this yoga principle is all about. So for this magic massage, I want you can either sit, you can stand if you have more energy right now, or you can lay down if you're a little more tired, you want to relax. Whatever feels good for you. I'm going to stay seated in easy pose. And we're going to take 3 balloon breath. So balloon breathing is where you want to imagine your belly filling up like a balloon. So we're not breathing in our chest, we're really focusing on our belly going out as we breathe in, our belly coming in as we breathe out. You can keep your hands there. If you want to add arm movements, you can breathe in, making your arms go up over your head, and then as we breathe out, we bring our hands down. So pick whatever feels good for you, okay? All right, ready? Sitting up nice and tall if you're sitting or standing. And then breathe in, fill your belly up with air. Breathe out, let it all out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale out. 1 more. In through your nose. Open your mouth, let it out with a sigh. Nice. Now for this magic massage, you're going to take your fingertips and you're going to be moving them in small circles on different parts of your body. So let's start with our heads. Fingertips to your head, and just start moving in small circular motions motions. Firm on your skull. Feel your head. Really press in. Just giving yourself a nice massage. It shouldn't hurt. Don't press too hard. Just go in small circular motions, massaging your head. And now bring your fingertips to your temples, the sides of your face, right by your eyes, and roll them in small circles. Pressing in, firm but gentle. Small circles. Nice. Now move your fingers to the back of your neck and draw small circles with your fingertips in the back of your neck. Should feel really good. Massage all those tight spots. When you boys and girls are on your computers and laptops, that's when our neck and our shoulders start to get tight spots in them. We need to massage them out. Bring your hands now across your body like you're giving yourself a hug and really squeeze your arms. Squeeze your shoulders. We're going to squeeze all the way down, right? All the way down our arms. Squeeze, 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 all the way down to your wrist. Squeeze your hands. Nice. And then we want to massage our hands. So take maybe your thumb and roll it in circles around your palm of your hand. And then let's squeeze each finger as we go down each finger. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Keep going. Nice. And then massage any other part of your body that feels tight and tense. So you could bring your feet out and give your feet a little massage. Or I didn't really massage my shoulders enough. I'm going to go back to my shoulders and go in small circles around my shoulders. Feels so good. Again, we're just practicing being kind to ourselves, relaxing our muscles, and this actually helps us refresh our minds, our brains. It helps get our blood flowing in our body, and that actually helps improve our focus. How cool is that? All right. Let your hands come down. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Great. So next we're going to read a story called Moody Cow Meditates. I'm going to come up to you. After we listen to this story, we're going to do some yoga poses that go right along with it. Okay? And this book is great for all ages. This one really teaches us at the end of the story, we'll see a kind of a practice that you can use, especially when you're in a bad mood, when you're angry, when you're upset. So a way that you can practice having that helpful alone time to help you feel more peaceful. This is by Carrie Lee McLean. All right. My name is Moody Cow. It used to be Peter, but now it's Moody Cow. It all started one rotten day when everything went wrong. First, I had a bad dream. A very bad dream, which involved a giant three-eyed alien. What a rotten way to wake up. Mom? I wanted to find my mom and tell her about the giant three-eyed alien, but I couldn't find her anywhere. So I admit, I was in a bad mood to begin with. Then I couldn't find my skateboard. Turned out my sister had borrowed it. Daisy, stop drawing on my skateboard. Okay, maybe I overreacted when I pulled her tail, but it was a brand new skateboard. So then Daisy had to get me back by tripping me on the stairs. What a monster. That made me mad. So mad that I cut off her doll's hair. On purpose. Of course I got in trouble for that, which made me miss the bus. I had to ride my bike all the way to school in the snow. That made me really mad. On the way home from school, I hit a snowbank and scraped my knee. There was blood everywhere. And the rest of the way, I couldn't stop thinking about how my rotten day was really all Daisy's fault. She put me in a bad mood by drawing on my new skateboard. Ow, ow, ow. Or maybe it was the giant three-eyed alien's fault for giving me bad dreams. Whatever. I was so mad I couldn't see straight. And when I turned into our driveway, I crashed right into my dad's truck. Well, you can understand that with a bloody knee and a banged up nose, I was madder than ever. He's saying, ow, I think I broke my nose. Super mad. And then I did something crazy. I picked up my baseball and threw it right through the window on purpose. He's saying, I can't take it anymore. Unfortunately, my mom saw the whole thing. What on earth do you think you're doing? She yelled. Have you lost your mind? She came outside and took one look at my super mad, rotten day face, and I guess she felt sorry for me. Aw, are you a little Moody Cow? Of course, my sister Daisy heard her say that. She started shouting, Moody Cow, Peter is a Moody Cow. The next thing I knew, all the kids in the neighborhood joined in. We need grandfather, Mom said, and she picked up the phone. Pretty soon, my grandfather was sitting in the sunroom on a meditation cushion. I got to sit on one too. I hear they're calling you Moody Cow, grandfather said and smiled. I couldn't help but smiling back a little. I guess Moody Cow was kind of a funny name. See this? He asked, as he pointed to a jar of water. This is your mind, he said. And these, he held out a little dish of sparkles. These are your angry thoughts. That, I said, is a jar of water. And those are Derry's fairy dust sparkles. Come on, Mr. Moody Cow, work with me here. Now, what we're going to do is to put in a little pinch of sparkles for every angry thought you have. And then we're going to sit here until they settle down to the bottom. By the time the water is clear again, your anger will have settled down too. It won't work, I told him. Let's just see, he said. I took a pinch of sparkles and dropped it into the water. Which angry thought is that? Grandfather asked. That's the three-eyed alien. It tried to gobble me up last night. Oh, I see. Rotten way to start the day. Okay, what else? I put in another pinch for the next angry thought. This is me having to clean the toilet for a whole month for breaking the window. I hate cleaning the toilet. Me too. What else? I put in one more pinch of sparkles and said, this is Daisy drawing on my brand new skateboard with a marker. Oh dear, she did that? Grandfather sighed. Okay, what else? This pinch is when I missed the bus and I had to ride my bike to school in the snow. You can ride a bike through snow? Grandfather asked. I have good tires. Anything else? Okay, on my way home, I scraped my knee and I was so mad and I crashed into Dad's truck. I think I broke my nose. Ouch, Grandfather said. That must have hurt. It did. And then I picked up my baseball and I threw it through the window. On purpose. Wow, you should put in a double pinch for that one. I guess you really did have a Moody Cow day. I sure did. Is that all? Grandfather asked. Yeah, but it's a lot. It sure is. Grandfather put the lid on the jar and shook it up real good. This jar is like your mind right now, he said. Angry thoughts bouncing around all over the place. Now, let's see what happens when we let your angry thoughts settle down, Grandfather said, putting the mind jar down in front of me. Just sit quietly and see what happens. I sat up real straight, and then I got to ring the bell. Bong! I sat watching all of my angry thoughts swirl around like crazy in the jar. A few thoughts slowed down and sank to the bottom, and then a few more, and a few more. It was so still, I could feel my heart beating. It was so quiet, I could hear my breath going in and out, in and out. I felt a ray of golden sunshine coming through the window. It warmed my back and started to melt away the last bit of my anger. Finally, Grandfather rang the gong to end the practice. He leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Okay, this part's important. Don't move until you can't hear the sound of the bell anymore." And I cocked my head, listening closely. Bong! The ringing got softer and softer and softer until I couldn't hear it at all. Grandfather smiled and held up the jar. "Well, look at this. All the sparkles have settled down," he said. "And my angry thoughts have too," I said. "I mean, I guess if I think about it, I could get mad again." "That's probably true," he said, "but we have worked pretty hard to settle them down. Let's not stir them all up again." I laughed for the first time that day. "That thing is cool," I said. "Can I keep it?" "Sure," said Grandfather. He smiled and handed me the jar and the dish of sparkles. "A few minutes each day keeps the Moody Cow away." I laughed again. Thanks, Grandfather. Can we do this again tomorrow?" "Of course. Let's try to do this together every day." I went to my room and put the mind jar by my bed, just in case the three-eyed alien ever comes back. Now it's been 2 whole weeks, and I haven't had one Moody Cow day. But I've decided to keep the name. I kind of like it. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that story. Let's try the same practice that Grandfather Cow did for Moody Cow. So we have our bell and we have our mind jar. So remember in the story, they first rang the bell to start the practice, then they shook up the jar, imagining that the glitter inside was like the thoughts and the feelings that the cow was having, and we watched those thoughts and feelings settle down to the bottom of the jar. Remember, they don't disappear, they don't necessarily go away, but we want to recognize our thoughts and our feelings, but then let them settle down. We don't need them to take control of us. We can let them settle down so we don't do things like Moody Cow did in the story that got him in trouble, or that he was mean to his sister, or he hurt himself, right? We want to be able to calm ourselves down before that happens. So let's practice it together. So sit up nice and tall, straight spine, still body. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Listen to the bell. Try to focus your ears completely on the bell. Watch the glitter as it settles. Keep your focus on that glitter. Nice focus. I'm going to ring the bell to end our practice. Try to listen to the sound until it totally fades away. Awesome. So now we're going to, Now we're going to do some yoga poses that go right along with that story. So if you have a yoga mat, you can be on your yoga mat, or you can just be on carpet. And let's actually start standing up. We're going to do a wide-legged mountain pose for a volcano breath. So I want you to imagine this is kind of our wide-legged mountain is our volcano stance. Think about how a volcano builds up and then it erupts, right? So that can kind of feel like our difficult emotions. They can kind of build up and we just explode, and that's when we are mean or unkind, or we say or do things that are hurtful, or we get really upset. We want to try to calm that volcano down, our inner volcano. So let's stand in volcano pose and really breathe in, lift your arms up. Breathe out, calmly set your hands down. Nice, breathe in, think about any of those difficult emotions, any difficult thoughts, and breathe out, let them go. Let the lava slowly come out instead of erupting out. One more time, breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, hands come down. Nice, now we're going to come on to all fours on our hands and knees. Since this book was called Moody Cow, we're going to do cow pose. So for cow pose, you drop your belly, lift your chin. So this is really good for our spine to get a stretch. And then we want to do the opposite. Round your spine, tuck your chin, look towards your belly button for cat pose. Cow pose, breathe in. Cat pose, breathe out. Couple more times. You can add sound if you want to. Last time, breathe in, drop your belly, lift your chin, cow pose. Let's make it a happy cow, not a moody cow. And then round out your spine for cat pose. And then next we're going to come into, since he was upset about that skateboard, we're going to do skateboarding pose. So if you've ever been on a skateboard, you kind of have a stance like this with your legs out, right? And your arms can be out. We're going to make this a yoga skateboard though, so we're going to bring our back foot back and our front knee bent like we're in Warrior 2. So have a nice deep bend in your front knee. So not like a regular skateboard, a yoga skateboard. Breathe in, look over your front fingertips, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Stand up, straighten your front leg, stand up to big wide-legged mountain, and let's switch sides. So then now turn and bend the other knee. Nice. Straighten strong arms, look over your front fingertips, bend into that knee. Check your alignment, knee over ankle, back leg straight and strong. Breathe in, breathe out. Back to wide-legged mountain, and then hop your feet together. Nice job. We're going to come down to the mat again, and then this next pose is called bicycle pose, when he was riding his bicycle and then crashed into his dad's truck. But for bicycle pose, we bring our opposite elbow to knee, but we're going to be doing this laying down. So come onto your back, bend your knees and lift them up. Now bend your arms, bring your hands behind your head so your elbows are bent out to the sides, and we're going to cross elbow over to knee. So we're going to pull our bellies in, make our belly muscles really strong, lift your head up, and then cross elbow to knee, cross over elbow to knee. Now try to straighten the opposite leg. So I'm going to straighten out my front leg, my right leg, and I'm going to cross right elbow to left knee. And then switch my legs and cross over to the other side. Cross. Cross. And we're going to keep going like we're riding a bicycle with our legs. Cross. 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 Keep going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give your body a whole stretch. From your fingertips to your toes, nice long stretch. Breathe in. As you breathe out, come on up. So next we're going to do for truck pose, because he ran into his dad's truck. We're going to do what's in yoga called staff pose, which is our nice leg stretch. So your legs are out nice and long in front of you. Lift your arms up. Gently lean forward as you breathe out, and then imagine you're driving a truck. So you can just have these arms, your arms activated and strong and moving like you're driving a truck. Feel that stretch in your legs. Tall, happy spine as you lean forward. Breathing in, breathing out. One more big breath in and out. Great. Now come up to mountain pose. And in the story, he had his baseball, and that's what he threw through the window. That was when he was very much a Moody Cow, right? He needed to calm himself down before he did that. Now he knows better for next time. So we're going to go into, for baseball pose, we're going to come into a low squat as if you were a catcher in baseball. So make your legs in wide mountain pose, but turn your heels in, toes out. And then bend your knees, come to sit down in squat pose. So normally we're in a yogi squat like this. Our hands are together, pressing to open our knees up. Long, tall, happy spine, shoulders away from your ears. Nice. So you can imagine that you're a catcher in baseball, trying to catch the baseball here. That's what this pose is. You can tell. I don't know how to play baseball, so I don't know what to do with my hands. So I'm just going to put them like this. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more big breath in. And let it out. Now come gently sit on your bottom. Bring your legs back together. Now we're going to go into, for grandfather cow, I thought we would try cow face pose in yoga. It's called cow face pose. I'm not really sure why. You're going to bend one knee and kind of pull your foot close to you. So your knee is bent and pointing forward. And then take your other leg and cross it over. You're going to bend that knee and stack it right on top of the other knee. Okay? Your feet, you want to bring them out a little bit so they're kind of flexed. So you're trying to stack your knees one on top of the other, but if your knees don't stack like that, if your hips are a little tight, you just pull your knee back over a little more. That's okay. Okay, so they're crossed over, if they can be. I think it's called cow face pose because this kind of looks like the mouth of a cow, maybe? I don't know. So we have our cow face pose. We should feel a stretch. Notice where you feel a stretch. I feel a stretch right here in my hip. I'm going to breathe in, lift up tall, and breathe out and lean forward. I can walk my fingers forward to get a deeper stretch. But if that feels like too much, I'm going to come up a little more. Breathe in your stretch. And then come up. We want to come out of the pose, so get your top leg and let it go free. And then the bottom leg, you can let it go free. Maybe do a quick wide-legged stretch here. So bring your arms up, breathe in, breathe out, forward fold gently. Flex your feet so your toes are going up towards the ceiling. Okay, now let's do cow face on the other side. So now I'm going to bring the opposite knee into on the bottom. Stack my other leg right on top. Bring my feet out a little bit. Got my cow face. I'm going to sit up tall, breathe in, and as I breathe out, lean forward just gently. If it feels too tight, I'm going to come back up. Okay, now stretch those legs back out, give them a good shake. And then stand up. We're going to do a twisting mountain pose. This is like that glitter in the jar. So we're going to kind of imagine that glitter in the jar and use our bodies for that. So get your feet pressing into the floor or the mat. All four corners of each foot press in. So our legs are not moving, just our upper body is moving. Our upper body is like the glitter, the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions. So we're going to just let them swirl. So just have a gentle little bend in your knees and let your arms go from side to side, twisting. You can make a little sound if you want. Just let your arms kind of flop around, twisting. Here, I want you to think about your mind jar. What would be in your mind jar right now? What kinds of thoughts or feelings? What kinds of thoughts or feelings do you want to shake up, shake them out, and let them settle down? We all have angry thoughts and feelings sometimes. We all have sad feelings sometimes. It's totally normal. We want to just be able to notice them and then let them settle down. Start to let your arms Come back to being still, slow, slow, slow. And now we're going to end in our rest pose. So we are going to become that settled glitter down at the bottom of the jar. Let's see it. Yeah, just like that. So we're going to come down to lay down on the mat, and we're going to do a practice called squeeze and release. Okay, so we're going to squeeze different parts of our body and then let them go. And it's really helpful for our body. You know that sometimes our difficult emotions get put into our body where they make our body feel tight and sore. So we want to do this exercise, this squeeze and release, to let them feel soft and relaxed. So let's try it. Lay down on your back. Let your legs go out long. Let your arms go out long. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it out. You can let your eyes close, or you can stare at a spot on the ceiling. Try to let your whole body be as still as a statue. And now bring your attention to your feet. Can you squeeze your toes, squeeze your feet, hold them and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Release, relax your toes and your feet. Now your legs, both legs. Squeeze all the muscles in your legs really tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in. As you breathe out, relax and release your legs. Oh, it feels good. Now your tummy. Squeeze your belly muscles in. Make them really strong. Squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in. As you breathe out, relax and release your belly muscles. Now your arms and your hands. Squeeze your arms and your hands. Make your hands into little fists. Breathe in as you squeeze tight. And breathe out, relax and release your arms and your hands. Now shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Squeeze your shoulders up as you breathe in. Breathe out, relax those shoulders down, away from your ears. Okay, and lastly, squeeze all the muscles in your face. Scrunch up your face. Breathe in. As you breathe out, relax and release the muscles in your face. Okay, now your whole body, from your toes all the way to your face. Squeeze everything up really tight. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Big breath out. Release it. Now just see if you can be still and focus on your breath for a few more moments. Gently curl over to one side. Bring yourself up to easy pose. Notice how you're feeling. And since we've talked about this having alone time today and how important it is, especially when you want to avoid doing the things that Moody Cow did in the story, practicing your alone time. So make a practice plan, an alone time plan for every day. So first, pick a time you want to practice. I like to practice my alone time right before I go to bed. It helps me calm down and fall asleep easier. So pick a time. It can be before bed or in the morning or maybe midday, like after you eat lunch. It's up to you what time you want to pick. Second thing, pick a spot. Pick a cozy corner in your room or just a spot where you know you can get some quiet and peace. And then 3, this is optional. You can pick a calming tool. So like I mentioned, a stuffed animal or a journal or a breathing tool. Maybe you have something like a mind jar or like my light up essential oil diffuser where you can watch the colors change, or even looking at a candle, looking at the flame of a fake candle or a real candle. Something that is peaceful for you, that is not technology, okay? That is not a screen that you're looking at. So picking something to help you feel calm. And then the fourth thing I would try to do is just to take a few moments each day to focus on your breath. All of those things help to create inner peace for ourselves, okay? So that we won't become like Moody Cow was in the beginning of the story. So we practice those moments of calm for ourselves. That's our special alone time. Take your hands, rub them together, create some heat. Place them on your head. Repeat after me. May I have peace in my thoughts. Now bring them to your chin. May I have peace in my words. And then bring them to your heart. May I have peace in my heart. Hands together. Namaste. Bye.